Linux Mint versus RefreshOS. Which is better for new Linux users? Hey everyone! If you're thinking about switching to Linux, or you've already made the jump and want something polished and beginner-friendly, two names keep coming up: Linux Mint and RefreshOS. One is the longtime champion that countless people recommend. The other is a newer contender that has been turning heads with its looks and out-of-the-box readiness. Today, we're comparing them side by side so you can decide which one fits you best.
First, the quick overview. Linux Mint is based on Ubuntu's long-term support releases, currently the 22.x series on Ubuntu 24.04. Its flagship desktop is Cinnamon, a traditional layout with a bottom panel, start menu, system tray, and desktop icons. It feels familiar if you're coming from Windows. Mint has been refined for years around simplicity, stability, and just works usability. It includes a standout welcome app that guides new users through themes, snapshots, drivers, updates, and firewall setup. RefreshOS version 3.0 as of mid-2026 is Debian-based, Debian 13 Trixie, and ships with a highly customized KDE Plasma 6 desktop around 6.3.6 and a recent kernel, 6.12 series. The project focuses on delivering a clean, modern, elegant experience right after installation: drivers, codecs, firmware, power settings, and a curated set of apps already configured. It uses a custom reload menu that can be pinned open and offers attractive light, dark, and hybrid themes. Both aim at the everyday users. Both of them deliver solid performance. They simply take different routes.
Now, about the desktop experience and ease of use. Linux Mint's Cinnamon desktop sticks closely to the classic desktop metaphor. Most people recognize it immediately. The Welcome app is one of the strongest onboarding tools in Linux. It walks you through the first important steps without overwhelming you. The software manager is straightforward, Flatpak is ready to use, and TimeShift makes system snapshots simple for recovery. Everything feels predictable and low friction.
RefreshOS leans into KDE Plasma's strengths: polish, fluidity, and deep customization potential. The default look is refined and modern, especially the light and hybrid themes. The reload menu is a practical tweak. You can pin it so it stays open while you launch several apps. Plasma's settings panel is powerful, yet approachable for beginners, and the overall experience feels cohesive and visually polished. RefreshOS does not have a dedicated welcome app like Mint's, but the desktop is designed to be intuitive enough that most people can explore without getting lost. Bottom line on usability: Mint wins on guided hand-holding and familiarity. RefreshOS wins on visual elegance and the flexibility of Plasma. Simple for new users, highly tweakable later.
Now, about the pre-installed software and package management. Linux Mint ships the essentials: LibreOffice, Firefox, media players, a fingerprint tool, and more. Flatpak support is built in, so installing apps like Spotify or Slack is easy through the software manager or Discover-style tools. RefreshOS generally includes a broader selection out of the box: Brave as the default browser, privacy-focused, LibreOffice, GIMP, Thunderbird, multimedia tools, sound/video editors, Kdenlive for video editing, and others. Recent versions also configure Flatpak for easy access to additional software. Because it is Debian-based, package management stays with the reliable APT system at its core. Both make installing new software straightforward. RefreshOS often feels a bit more ready for creative and productivity work immediately after install.
Now, about the performance, stability, and hardware support. Linux Mint's Cinnamon desktop is relatively lightweight, so it runs well even on older hardware. The Ubuntu LTS base brings long support windows and good hardware compatibility, with hardware enablement options available in recent releases. It prioritizes stability over bleeding-edge packages. RefreshOS benefits from Debian's reputation for rock-solid stability and ships with modern Plasma plus a recent kernel and pre-configured drivers/firmware. Performance is competitive with Mint for everyday tasks. The focus on pre-tuned settings means fewer post-install tweaks for Wi-Fi, graphics, audio, or power management on many machines. Neither feels slow for normal use: browsing, office work, media, light creativity. Choose based on whether you prefer Ubuntu's ecosystem and Cinnamon's lightness or Debian's conservatism paired with Plasma's features.
Now, about the community, longevity, and ecosystem. Linux Mint has a large, active, welcoming community, extensive documentation, and years of proven reliability. Many people recommend it specifically because help is easy to find. RefreshOS is newer and smaller. Support exists through the project's channels and the broader Debian KDE communities, but it does not yet match Mint's scale. It is actively developed, eXybit technologies, and aims for a complete desktop experience without requiring users to assemble pieces themselves.
Now, who should choose which? Choose Linux Mint if you want the safest, most guided introduction to Linux. The welcome app, traditional desktop, large community, and long track record make it extremely approachable. It is still an excellent set-it-and-forget-it daily driver for almost anyone. Choose RefreshOS if you value a beautiful, modern interface, appreciate KDE Plasma's balance of simplicity and power, prefer a Debian foundation, and like having more apps and polish ready immediately. It is a strong option for Windows switchers who want something that looks and feels contemporary while remaining stable. Both distributions are excellent. Reviews from 2026, including detailed hands-on comparisons, often call the decision very close, with some giving RefreshOS a slight edge for new users because of Plasma's versatility and the overall refined presentation. Others continue to default to Mint for its maturity and handholding.
Now, final thoughts. There is no single best Linux distro, only the best one for your needs and preferences. Linux Mint remains the reliable classic that has helped millions switch successfully. RefreshOS shows that a newer project can deliver genuine polish, thoughtful defaults, and an elegant experience on a solid Debian base. My suggestion? Download both ISO files, create live USBs, or try them in a virtual machine, and spend a day with each. Pay attention to how the desktop feels, how easy it is to find and install the apps you need, and which interface makes you want to keep exploring. Linux has never been more approachable. Whether you pick the established champion or the polished newcomer, you're getting a capable, free, and modern operating system. If you found this comparison helpful, let me know in the comments which one you're leaning toward. Or if you've tried both, share your experience. Thanks for watching and happy computing.